Landlords, are we a leech on society, or are we providing a service? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Now, I have dear YouTuber, I have an Instagram profile as well, and on there I put about HMO, and we got a little bit of hate, nothing too bad, but some people don't like it. Now, I call something like that, I say socialism is the politics of envy, which is what somebody else wrote underneath, which I thought was a very, very good statement to make. Now, hereupon is the question, are we a leech on society, or are we providing a service? Well, 209,000 landlords left the market in 2025. Well, the economic situation of that is only one way. As you reduce supply, price increases. It ain't rocket science, is it? So price in this instance is rent. So as you take out 209,000, I don't know if it's landlords or tenancies, but you say, if you take out 100 from this city, does it make a difference? Well, 100 in this little local area might, but 100 across the city might not make any difference. 209,000 across the country, somebody say that's insignificant. Well, it's not 209, and they were not replaced. That's the important thing. So, are we providing a service? Well, if we round up some nice little figures here, say a little 3-bed semi, is rented at 1,500, and then if you turn it into an HMO, say a 4-bed, or I don't know, however many beds, let's keep the figures easy, you double that from 1,500 to 3,000. Ah, voila. Yeah, and then someone says, well, it's all right for you, you're landlord, you're squeezing everything you can out from the tenant. Am I, or am I providing a service? Now, I guess if you're saying, I got this 3-bed semi, and quite frankly, and I've seen it before, I've seen it advertised too. I've seen a HMO with no license, not a single fire door, or a smoke detector. And I'm looking at that and thinking, mate, you're asking for trouble. Anyway, if I just got a house and I just bought it and I slop 20 gallons of Magnolia around the place and rent it out as a HMO, someone says, it's a bit shit, isn't it, really? A bit rubbishy, isn't it? Okay, it is what it is, let's go with it. But if you put a lot of effort into it and you make it proper, and you do all the necessary licenses, the necessary fire equipment, fire doors, you refurbish everything, you've got your electrical certificates, you've got your gas certificates, and you provide a service, you're providing safe, warm, dry accommodation for a lot of people. So you're providing accommodation in that case, so we'll say it's a 4-bed. You're providing accommodation for 4 households in one building. Now, it may well not be what they want, because they would rather have their own flat, their own house, their own, yeah, wouldn't they? Wouldn't we all, I guess? Some people don't. They like cohabitating. I understand that. Sometimes you can't afford it. Now, in this city, the LHA rent, the local housing allowance, is for a studio is 900. It's 899.99. Now, why it's 899, I don't know, but it's 900. So that gives you a rough idea of where you are in, because Bristol, we're like second to London. Brilliant, and that includes house prices. So somebody says, I got to pull out, say, 1,000. We keep it easy. £1,000 on rent. I got to pull out, then you got your gas, your water, electric, then you got your general living, you got your car, you'll get to and from work, you got all your general living expenses. You can't afford it. Nobody can afford that. It just can't be done. So what tends to happen is those people will find, and if you can move back in with your parents, brilliant. Okay, but some people say, I don't get on with my parents. I don't have parents. I don't know where my parents are. We just don't see eye to eye. I just don't want to know. I haven't spoke to them in whatever. There's any number of reasons you can't do that. I don't want to live with a friend. I don't have any friends. I don't know many people. There's reasons galore. So some people have to live on their own. And an HMO, a room with an ensuite, is probably the only way that they can do that. So if that's the case, are we a leech on society, squeezing everything out from the tenant, or are we providing a service to people that cannot go anywhere else? Now, I'm certainly not defending somebody that decides to literally slop 10 gallons of Magnolia around, not put any fire doors in, not put any fire systems in, not an electrical certificate, that's for wimps, no gas certificate, and no license. Well, if that's the case, then more fool you. So I am not defending that at all. As a matter of fact, oh yeah, that's somebody called me a rogue landlord. I thought, oh, okay. I've got my licenses and I've got my certificates and I'm bending over backwards to make sure it's right, and then someone calls me rogue. Okay, all right. Well, that's someone's opinion, I guess, and there's nothing you can do about an opinion, is there? What do they say? They say something, don't they? You can change 50 scholars' mind with one fact, but you can't change one idiot's mind with 50 facts. And I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, it's very true. So if someone was to call me rogue because I've done something, well, okay, okay. I think as long as you comply to all legislation, all the regulations, you do everything correctly, and you provide a service, a proper service, something that is safe, that is warm, that is dry, something like that, I think is really important. Now, if you're providing that and people want it, am I really a leech on society? I don't know. Willing to listen to what you've got to say about that.